Hello everybody. It's me, Erica Webb, aka Grace Girl. You know, I'm gonna always try to find space for grace in the place. I know you're used to us being in this platform for Sticks and Stones. Shout out to Sticks and Stones. We had a birthday yesterday. We turned up. It was amazing. But today I'm here in a separate capacity. I'm here to conduct interviews about our Power Conference that's coming up. It is fastly approaching. And today we're going to do more of a FAQ, like all of the frequently asked questions that you guys have. And in order for us to do that and be successful in answering those questions, we had to bring in an expert. Okay, so I would love for you to, I don't know, sit back, relax, and you're ready to have your questions answered by our personal expert friend. We love her very much. Lady Scott is in the building today. Hello and good morning, Lady Scott. How are you?
I am great. How are you, Sister Webb?
I'm doing good. I am happy and blessed to be here with you today. And our viewers have so many questions about the conference. I'm hearing a lot of buzz about it, a lot of excitement. And I would just love for you to be able to help us with those questions. First of all, before we get into that, are you excited about the conference? How are you feeling about the conference as it's coming?
I am excited. I am so excited. We always have such a wonderful time with the conference. And I usually tell people, even though we're working, we're volunteering, we're hard at it, we have such a great time. It's a great time of fellowship. It's a great time of learning, taking in. It's a great time of just seeing people you haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
It's just awesome. And I'm just so excited about it. People are coming from all over and we're going to be glad to see them.
Yes, I love that. But I love that. That's the part that makes me a little sad, is that I won't be able to be there in person. But what encourages me is that Lively Stone is doing having the virtual experience this year. And we've been really talking about how it's not like what you've been seeing. It's not a Zoom. It is a real live virtual interactive anointed experience. And so what are your thoughts about us having this virtual aspect this year?
I think it's a great asset to the conference, and I know that we have so many people that's going to take advantage of it and that's going to love it, being able to actually be in the conference virtually. They're able to enjoy all of the classes that's going on, all of the sessions, as well as the evening services and the day services as well.
I love it. So yes, I'm super excited. We're going to get into our questions for today. I don't want to hold you too long because I know you guys are right in the middle of preparing for the conference as it's coming so quickly. So how do we register for the Power Conference?
If someone wants to register for the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just go online to livelystone, one word, brushfire, one word.com. And once you get in, you will see the Power Conference. Click on the button that says register, put your information in, and then you are registered for the conference. And as we said earlier, you can register to be in person or you can register to do virtual. But go to livelystone.brushfire.com and click register Power Conference.
Amazing. I have been seeing lots of conferences being done, even during the midst of the pandemic, some, of course, not in person. And they have just been hundreds and hundreds of dollars, some thousands. But I find the Power Conference to be quite reasonable. Can you let us know how much it costs for you to register for this year's conference?
Yes. And so we have what's going on right now is our early registration. And if you get in right now before the conference starts, which is on Wednesday, June the 16th, you can register for in-person for $70. And for virtual, you can register for $80. Virtual
Wow.
$80, in person
$80.
$70. Yes,
Wow, you
yes,
are under $100 for all of this amazing
yes.
quality anointed teaching and preaching. And I hear the first night of the conference is a worship night. I listen, Lady Scott, I am so jealous about that, but I'm super excited that I get to join in and feel part of it during the virtual experience as well. So, I mean, there is so much going on, and for that to be the price, guys, is really, really reasonable. I mean, that is amazing.
Yes.
So after we register for the conference, let's say we get in there, we get registered, all the information, pay our fee. What happens right after we register for the conference?
Okay. And one thing I want to let you know, starting Wednesday, the conference is at its normal rate. So if you come Wednesday or if you decide to register starting Wednesday, the conference rate is 125 for in person and 125 for virtual. So you want to get in on that early registration before Wednesday so that you can get those lower prices of $70 in person, $80 virtual. Starting Wednesday, it will be 125. So after you register, here's what happens. If you're in person, you come to the conference, you have access to all of the services that's going on as well as the classes. Now, what we ask you to do when you register is to pick what's called a track. And a track
Okay.
is a session or a series of informational classes for a certain area. So we ask you to pick this track when you actually register. Now, some of the tracks are music and worship arts, women in ministry, pastor to pastor, living my best life, spiritual awareness. Some of those are some of the tracks that we have. Now, what happens is once you get on site, you will be just whatever track you signed up to go to, we will have that slated for you. But if you change your mind and you want to go to a different one, you can do that if we have room in that particular track. If there's some
That's an
room
excellent. I was just gonna ask that.
has
Okay,
been
that's
available.
great. That is
Yes, you
fantastic. I
can
was
do
just
that.
gonna ask that. Okay, great.
Yes.
So I want to go back because I want to make sure everybody didn't miss, guys. You want to do the pre-registration. If you can do that, that's the best option. That's the most bang for your buck. Honestly, I can't believe it. You can register if you do it before this Wednesday, June the 16th. You can have the $80 virtual experience and the $75 in-person experience. In other words, you kind of
No,
being rewarded.
not 75, 70 for in
70.
person.
Look, I just couldn't believe it was this
Yes.
low. $70,
Yes.
guys, for in person. The incentive is for you to come out if you can and be with
Yes.
your family. We are experiencing the power of God together. Be with us. Come be family and do family well with us in person if you can. But if you like me and you do hundreds of miles away and you can't be there, you have the
Yes.
virtual experience and you can sign up for a very reasonable $80 between now and Wednesday. What am I saying to you? Get in there now. If it
Yes.
happens though, you have to wait. The way your budget is set up, you have to wait. It's still a very reasonable price for you to be able to register after that at 125. And so
Yes.
I am really, really excited about that now. If we register for the virtual conference, here's where it gets tricky. If I register for the virtual conference because a couple of days of the week I'm not available, is it possible that I can also come to some on-service sites, or is it kind of like once you do that, once you do virtual, you got to stay there, and once you do on-site, you have to just come in person? Is it possible to do both, or you have to do one or the other?
So here's what has happened. Because of the country being opened up, and now they're saying that we're free to go places, and we don't have the restrictions that the CDC had on us before. If you
Mm-hmm.
register virtually and you decide, well, I'm going to show up because I want to come to a certain service, well, you can do that. You can go ahead and show up because our limiting seating has been taken off of us like it was before. So what we did,
Wow.
what we did was when we first started planning the conference, of course we still had the restrictions. So we said if you register virtual, you could not come in the building because we had to have a certain amount of people that we are allowing
Exactly.
in the building. But now that it's been opened up, if you do register virtually and you decide there's a service you want to come in person, you can come in person.
That is amazing. Thank God.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
wonderful. I love that because you may like have to work a couple times and maybe on your lunch break or something like that,
yes,
you can watch virtually. But then if you're off the latter part of the week, you can come in person and enjoy the speakers. So I love that. That is wonderful. If I
yes,
register for a specific track, you may have answered that, but I want to kind of reiterate a little bit. If I register for a specific track, which I want to say, this is a fantastic way to customize your experience, guys. I recommend you pray and really talk to the Lord about what tracks would really help you grow the best in this season. And so that's a really, I love the way that you can customize it and you're not being forced to go to everything, kind of like a conference trail mix and some stuff has
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
nothing to do with you.
yeah.
So I love that. But if someone registers for a specific track, can they still attend or have access to other tracks, especially virtually? Do they have those options?
Yes, they do. So as I said, if you are registered for, let's just say you're registered for women in ministry and you decide, I would like to go into spiritual awareness. Well, if there's room in there, you are able to go in person. Now, virtually, you can go into any session you want to virtually. And that information is going to be given by the media team. Going to let you know how to get into all of those different tracks and into the services. They're going to give you that information in another interview. But if you're in person, and if we have room in another track that you did not register for, you are free to go into that. And one other thing they need to know is that anyone that registered for our conference, either in person or virtually, when the conference is over, you will have access to every service and every track. You have access to that.
Okay, so this is amazing. Now, I was gonna ask that, and
Yes.
I'm gonna be shouting this out because there are some of us who aren't available that week at all, and it's like I work the entire week, or I'm in town, but I whatever, or I'm out of town. But if you purchase it, guys, you have access to it, whether you do it virtually or have the in-person experience. You have access to all of the blessing of the conference after that fact. So
Yes.
I want you to understand that that is a major blessing. You know why? Because you can meditate on it. What does that mean? You can chew up on it in later dates. You can say, you
Yes.
know what? I have questions about a woman, being a woman in ministry, and some things have come up that I really kind of forgot, or I need to refresh my thoughts or my heart about that. And you have access to that word to chew on for even the remainder of the year and beyond. So that makes it,
Yes. Yes.
that pays for
Yes.
itself. I'm sorry. That is
Yes.
amazing.
It
I
does.
love that. Wow. So I am so
Yes.
excited. I want everyone to head over to mypowerconf.com if you haven't already and you want to register. Why is this conference important, Lee Scott? Why should we make this a priority at this time in our lives and in this season?
Okay, we should make this a priority. But first and foremost, we're coming together at a time where we really need the fellowship of one another. We've been apart for quite a bit. We've been limited on how we can interact with each other, and we need to come to. I always say that presence is powerful.
So good.
Presence is powerful. And so we need the presence of each other. And God already told us, your inheritance is among those. who are sanctified. And so we're coming together for this time of fellowship. With the fellowship, you're going to get so much information to help you in your spiritual walk with
Love
God.
it.
You're going
I
to get
love it.
so much information, and it's information that's priceless. That's priceless. And so you're going to be gathering all this information as well as having this time of fellowship. And we're just expecting God to just show up.
I
He's going
love
to show
it.
up, and He's going to speak to us. He's going to
Yeah.
talk to us. He's going to give us direction. He's going to give us
Yes.
correction. He's going
Come
to
on.
do it all for us. And so we're looking for all of that. And so that's why it is so important to be at this conference.
Guys, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be an opportunity for
Yes.
you to plug in, to charge up, and so that you're always on, so that you are prepared for what's coming. When you are charging a battery on your phone, it isn't glamorous.
Yes.
Not everybody knows it's happening, but it prepares you for what you need to do with that later. And so this is a time of preparation, a time of restoration, a time of fellowship. You do not want to miss it. Go over to mypowerconf.com and get registered. Lady Scott, you have been phenomenal. A deep well of resource and blessing for us today.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for joining me, taking time out of you guys' busy schedule to let us know where we stand with the conference. I can't wait to see you guys there. I won't be in the building, but I'll be in the place making space for grace. Thank you so much for indulging us this morning, and we'll see you soon. It's coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and bye. Guys, get over there and register right now. Bye.